What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Behind me is a 1997 BMW 328i we picked up from Copart. This is our first Copart rebuild right here, and there's a very good reason for it. So basically, this car is completely stock, a little bit high mileage, 195,000 miles. Is the first one we did, which you guys are going to see here. First Copart rebuild, E36 sedan. This is a special one. The car is overall pretty clean. It definitely, I couldn't tell in the pictures, but it's been resprayed. They did an alright job. I think there's still detail, so I really like it. But now we make our way back here. You see why it was torn. So, the trunk was pushed in pretty deep. It buckled this pretty hard. Needs a trunk, obviously. Tail light. Whoops. That tail light's broken, but the trunk doesn't even close. You see how bad it actually was. They put this piece of tape here to try to stop it from burning out the battery, which was unsuccessful. So you can see right here, it's buckled pretty bad. This was pushed in. It was a pretty high impact, luckily. So definitely need. What is this? Oh, CD changer. Cool. I already started fiddling around back here a little bit. Pretty sure this is the battery cover or not. I don't know. Pretty complete and spare. The car doesn't have much rust. So one thing I was looking at, I was actually looking to buy one of these outside of the auction, and I kept seeing very bad rust. I'm not seeing any here anywhere, so I have no reason to believe that it's actually rusted. But yeah, so you see right here, there's a little bit of a kink. I don't know what we're going to do about that just yet, but it definitely needs the upper section of the trunk. This is our first BMW that we're building as a crash rebuild. I have one that I've had in storage for 3 years, but I never fixed. So this is our first one for this. If you look right here, this damage is pretty bad, and I didn't know that initially. But yeah, just can't close the trunk. Other than that, car is actually very, very clean. So now we're gonna get into the interior. Overall, pretty clean. This car is pretty high mileage, 195,000 miles. Pretty much all there. Typical E36 glove box issues, but interior's all there. It's pretty clean. We have it running right now, so they had it listed as I believe it was a run and drive, which is why I wanted to buy it. But we're gonna go over a price breakdown. Now this is very entry level, especially even for us. Like, this is the cheapest way I felt like it was to get into the rebuilding game. But I did want to check. Let's see if they see heat and all that works. If you guys want to hop into the interior with me, hopping into the interior. Check this little screen. It has telling us license plate, tail light failure. It's pretty cool. It needs a code for the radio. Gonna get a new radio. Glove box is a little worn there, but let's see the AC. 60 degrees, AC's on. Wow, that's actually really cold. Wow. Impressed. And then now let's check. We're just going through the basics basically. Car was completely dead, so I wasn't able to start it when I got it. Oh damn, this thing has dual zone. How do I change that?
Guess you would hit this.
Oh wow, crazy. Dual zone, 97. Okay. Let's check the heat. Ruh-roh. It has a heat knob for whatever reason there. Okay. Oh, it's warming up now.
Still cold. That's another.
Yeah, it's starting to warm up. I guess it takes a little bit of time to actually come over. Not bad. Windows. Like I said, so when we picked up this car, and you guys saw when it came out and we had it on the trailer, the car was so dead that we actually couldn't. Oh yeah, all the windows work. That's cool. Everything I'm saying right now doesn't give me a reason to believe that nothing doesn't work. How do you open that? There you go. Sunroof works. Cool. So everything pretty much works. Locks, unlocks. Yeah. Okay, so everything works. Unfortunately, it is an automatic. I'm gonna shut this off, except I don't know how to. You just shut off the fan speed. Oh yeah. Okay. So it's an automatic. I drove it here today, and it drove fine. Obviously, rust on the brakes from sitting, but overall, the only light I have on the dashboard is for the ABS. Don't know why that is, but pretty cool little car. Automatic. Eventually I might swap it to stick, but realistically this is just I just want a little cruiser, throw some wheels on it, maybe suspension one day. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna start tearing this apart. I want to see, obviously, besides if there's anything beyond what I can see that I need to order, and then I have to try to source these parts. So now you're gonna watch me do some work. After stripping it down, what I see is basically, besides the obvious, it looks like this top section is separate, and from what I can tell, I'm wondering how that goes attached. Maybe a couple spot welds, don't know much. Plan is gonna be, I'm gonna order the parts. I'm gonna try to see in what sections this comes. Obviously, I need one tail light, and I think the rear bumper is savable, at least for the time. I'm not looking to make this car perfect, so I got to see how this trunk pan comes, and then we'll go from there. Because depending on how this trunk pan comes, it looks like it's two separate pieces. So hopefully, I can just get the top and bottom. Actually, it does not look affected at all. It looks like if I pull this section out, it may be just as simple as replacing that top section and the trunk. Now, I don't know. It looks almost like seam sealed together, but then in the corners, I don't know. Let me see how the parts come. I'm going to order the parts in the next clip. We're going to have the parts laid out. All right, guys. So it turns out I got all the parts. I got this is the taillight panel, I believe it's called. Original from BMW. Got it shipped over from Germany. It took just about 4 weeks to get. Worth every penny. I think it was like $300, and I couldn't even find them aftermarket. The aftermarket ones were basically the same price. Then this trunk was hard to find. It turns out the sedan parts are not as easy to find, and this one has a bit of rust here and there, surface rust. So I'm gonna have to do quite a bit of body work to it. But I needed it, and I needed it with the hinges and everything. This one does come with everything, so it's going to be our replacement trunk. And then I got 2 used tail lights. I only need one, but I got it with the trunk at a great deal. I think it was $100 for the trunk and the tail lights. So in the next video, you guys are going to be able to see us actually install everything onto the vehicle. It seems like quite the task, just because it's it's not obviously a bolt-on replacement trunk, yeah, but everything else, especially this trunk panel, requires quite a bit of work to get fitted, and it's our first crash job rebuild really, besides the EG, but we were pretty familiar with the Civic, and we knew kind of what to do. This one requires a bit of pulling before we could go ahead and assemble everything, and then it just, I don't know how exactly we're gonna bond these two things together. It doesn't look that easy, but we'll be able to do that, and hopefully in the next video we'll have everything reassembled, and the only thing we'll be looking to do is basically prep for paint, body work and paint, and go from there. So thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate it. Make sure you please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.